You know, in a world that's always throwing curveballs, how do we actually get ready for what's coming next? Well, today we're going to dive into that very question by taking a close look at a course from Woldia University on risk management and insurance. We're going to unpack what it teaches, why it's so important, and how it really equips you to handle all the unexpected stuff life throws at you.
I mean, just think about it for a second. Whether it's a huge company launching a new product or just you planning a weekend trip, risk is literally everywhere. One tiny thing can go wrong and cause this massive ripple effect with consequences you just never saw coming. So the big question is, how do we prepare for that? Well, the answer really comes down to having a specific set of skills, the ability to understand and actually manage risk. And that is exactly what this course at Woldia University, ACFN 2082, is all about.
So to give you some context, this course is a really key part of the BA degree program. It's offered by the Department of Accounting and Finance, which itself is under the College of Business and Economics at Woldia University.
The official title, you can see it right there, is Risk Management and Insurance, and the code is ACFN 2082. This is pretty much the foundational course for anyone who's thinking about specializing in this really critical field.
And the person guiding you on this journey is Miharet B. She holds a Master of Science in Accounting and Finance, so you know you're in good hands. You've got an expert leading the way as you get into this, let's be honest, pretty complex subject.
Okay, so what are you actually going to learn in this course? Well, it's structured like a journey. It really takes you from the absolute ground floor basics all the way up to understanding how the entire industry actually works in the real world.
The whole thing builds on itself, kind of like a pyramid. You start with the absolute fundamentals, what even is risk, then you build on top of that with the core ideas of insurance. From there, you get to see how it all works in practice before zooming out to get the big picture of the whole insurance industry in Ethiopia.
So let's start at the bottom of that pyramid with the definition. The key thing to get here is that risk isn't just about some huge disaster. It's about any time things don't go the way you hoped or expected. It's basically the gap between your perfect plan and, well, reality.
Now this is where it gets really interesting, this distinction the course makes. A lot of us use the words risk and uncertainty to mean the same thing, but they are not the same at all. With risk, you can actually calculate the odds. Think about rolling dice. But with uncertainty, you can't. It's the complete unknown, and knowing that difference is absolutely fundamental.
And this isn't just about theory either. It's a super practical, step-by-step process. You're going to learn how to find risks, figure out how big their impact could be, pick the right tools to deal with them, and then, finally, put a plan in place and keep an eye on it. It's a real management cycle. And that brings us to the main tool we have for dealing with risk, insurance. At its very heart, it's a system of transferring and sharing. Basically, a whole bunch of people pay a little bit of money to an insurer. That creates a big pool of money that's used to pay for the huge, unexpected losses that just a few people in that group might end up facing.
Here's another common mix-up the course clears up right away. Insurance is actually the opposite of gambling. Insurance is all about managing a risk that already exists, and its goal is to get you back to where you were before something bad happened. Gambling, on the other hand, creates a totally new risk, all for the thrill of a win or lose situation.
This whole system is built on a foundation of some key legal principles. Take the principle of indemnity, for example. It basically means you can't make a profit from an insurance claim. It's designed to make you whole again, not to make you rich after a loss. You'll dig into this and other rules, like utmost good faith, that make sure the whole system works fairly.
And what's really important is that this course connects all that global theory to what's happening locally. You're not just going to learn abstract ideas, you're going to apply them by studying the specific development, the day-to-day operations, and the regulations of the Ethiopian insurance industry.
So that's what you're going to cover. But how are you actually going to learn it all? Let's take a look at what the classroom experience is like.
Yeah, this is not one of those courses where you just sit back and get lectured at. The learning is designed to be super active and collaborative. It's a mix of discussions, problem solving, and even group presentations that focus on real-world case studies from right there in the local area.
And finally, let's talk about how your progress and your understanding of all this are actually measured, and, why all of this really matters in the long run.
Your grade is based on a really clear and balanced structure. You've got continuous assessment through assignments, which makes up 20%, and the rest is split between a midterm exam and, of course, the final exam. This quote from the course description, it just sums it all up perfectly. Risk is everywhere, and it's complicated. It's a huge challenge for managers for sure, but
That challenge also creates a massive opportunity for people who actually know how to manage it. And really, that's the ultimate goal of a course like this, to give you the tools to become absolutely essential in any organization by helping it navigate one of its biggest challenges. It's about turning that uncertainty we talked about into an opportunity. So the only question left is, are you ready to meet that challenge?